everybody, welcome back to Painted Stitches, and I would like to introduce you to a relatively new designer that I have stumbled across and kind of fell down this wonderful rabbit hole. She has some just absolutely gorgeous designs. I have been working on kitting up a few of them. This one I have pretty much almost everything except for one bead that I'm waiting for it to come in. But so we're going to do a deep dive into the materials for this kit, and I'm going to actually take you through the stitching of this piece with me so that you guys can see how it all is going to unfold and how to actually work through one of these pieces, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really super excited about it. So the first one that I was able to kit up, oh my goodness, is she decided to do a stitched piece version of Klimt, the artist Klimt, his painting of The Kiss. Now, if anybody knows anything about this artist, everything was gold in his paintings, and they're just absolutely beautiful. But what she decided to do is it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. There's a lot of specialty stitches, a lot of beads in it, and it's so I can't wait to get started on it. So this is the pattern. Sorry for the glare. I have it on my iPad right now. It's just the easiest way to handle it. So I'm gonna zoom in for you and kind of try and give you guys a good glimpse of what this is gonna look like. It is just absolutely beautiful. She worked a long time on doing this piece. So that is what the Kiss looks like. This is kind of the way that her patterns come out is, I don't know the exact great way to do this without so much glare. Let's see, do we actually need this light? Let me see if I can move this light. Yeah, there we go, that's better. So the best way to handle with this one, the way that she has her PDF set up is you go through and you have your introduction page, and after your introduction page, which she is from Taiwan, so she speaks Chinese. She is actually very active in, so if you ever have any questions or anything, she's very active on Instagram and on Facebook. Her name is Totoo Stitch. And she also does smaller designs under the design name of Little Owlet. But this is the Kiss. This is the one that we're talking about today, but she has her materials list, which we will all go through and see. It is a little bit of a daunting list. And then she has her key set out, which I really appreciate the way that she has done her key. Because I haven't run into too many, like, where the symbols look so much alike, where they're just like a different direction to where you can get messed up really easily. So, and then she has her beads and her crystals, which do have symbols with them, but they will actually be on top of these rounds. So they'll be like, you'll have these symbols, but you'll see them on a round looking bead in the chart, and so it's very easy to go, oh, that's a bead. So then we have all the colors for the specialty stitches. Now, this is a little intimidating to look at. However, the way that she breaks this all down is actually very manageable. So, like, for instance, she has the rest of this, as you can see, it's 63 pages. The pattern is not 63 pages. I think the pattern is only 4 pages. The rest of it is just instructions. So yeah, she makes it to where it's actually really quite manageable. She can just, you just basically, you have like she'll say over here will be like number 1, and she'll say this is going to be this type of thread, and this is going to be this type of stitch, and this is a stitch diagram. But then she'll go over here and be like, okay, this is where this is. She walks you through it really, really nicely, which is good, So it's not as intimidating and it's not as scary as you think. However, there's a lot of specialty stitches in this one. There's a lot of beading. It's a lot of mostly the interior in here, but I know it's going to be just absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. It's going to be so pretty. Oh, I can't wait. And she did make it to where the background, so this is stitched. It's charted to be stitched, but it's optional. So what she has charted for this to be stitched in is a treasure braid, 3 different kinds of treasure braid. And so it's going to be very sparkly, very shiny. And or you can do an over dyed and do it on like an opalescent fabric, or do it on a sparkly fabric, something like that, and just kind of have fun with it. So that is kind of what her patterns, what these files look like. And she will tell you, so like over here, this is what is optional for the background. Sorry, it's 4 kinds. But here you have the number of skeins that you need in order to do this piece. Now, granted, this is all calculated for, and these are the number of beads that you need. This is all calculated for, sorry, didn't realize I'm like tilting at a weird angle. This is all calculated for 32 count, which is where for fabric, this is where she says for fabric. It's all calculated for 32 count. However, if you're going to do hand dyed, do 28 count, because of all the beads, because of all the crystals, which we will go through. Let's get into the actual products. So we have my light bag. Did this because of the lighting in here is a little bit meh. Okay, so what I decided to do is I decided to hand dye a piece of fabric myself. I was going for a very specific kind of color because I want to do something a little bit different with the background. So this is what I ended up coming out with, is this type of fabric. It's showing up more like these spots are not gray. They're not like, they're actually tan. It's more of like sandstone kind of colors. So very gold colors is what we have going on here. Really, I wanted it to be very, very goldy fabric. This is a 28 count linen that I dyed. And my thought is that I'm going to stitch the background, but I'm going to see about doing it in a half stitch so that some of this actually peeks through and kind of gives it that undertone. And I think that will look nice. So this is what I'm going to do for fabric, but I think it came out really cool. Now, let's go into the threads. The silks. This is what we have for silks. They're already in their little packages, so sorry about that. But they are absolutely beautiful. So, and I'll take these out here, but I won't take the I won't take the DMC out. I mean, yes, it's DMC. It's pretty DMC, but it's not, you know, we've all kind of seen those colors before. These are so shiny. So we have a mixture of Karen water lily. Wow, let me swallow that. Karen water lilies and thread gatherer, which is the silken colors. She does not use Glorianas, so which that can be nice in some circumstances, because we all know Glorianas are difficult to get your hands on. So, but there is a lot of a whole bunch of treasure braid. The treasure braid list is kind of insane. Look at how bright that one is. Oh my goodness. And it's not just sparkly treasure braid. I do have another one that I have kitted up. I'm still working on getting a couple of the beads and a couple of the crystals for it. And she uses like some fuzzy thread, but not the evil whisper thread. No, she doesn't use the evil whisper thread. It's called Fuzzy Stuff. I haven't worked with it, but like, look at this. This is so cool. This is called Snow. This is by, it is by Karen, who does the water lilies. But look at how shiny. Okay. These are all the silks, people. Like, I don't even know if I can get them all in camera. We're gonna try. We're gonna try. So pretty, but as you can see, it is mostly Karen water lilies. Just a couple of thread gatherers. But like, look at that prettiness. It's so nice. Oh, got some really lovely blues and purples, but the variety of golds are really, really beautiful. These thread gatherers are really, really nice. And when she uses the white, it's not just a white, like this one has like a variety of colors to it. So I hope that's in focus. I can't tell. So very pretty. Look at that. So very pretty. Okay, so let's go one by one. So we have Silken Colors Lavender Blues. That is this one. We have Blood Moon Rising. So pretty. Now we have Karen Water Lilies. We have Blonde. And then we have Papaya, which has some lovely purples in it. Can't wait to see where that's gonna go. This Silken Colors is called Old Lace, which has got like some pinks, some very light pinks in it, some tans. It's kind of difficult to see, but you know, like a little bit of like tanny greens. This one, to be honest, the Old Lace was a little difficult to find. I didn't think it would be. Sunflower Seed. If you're a Nora Corbett stitcher, you would have this one. Apparently Nora uses this one quite a bit in some of her ones. Daffodil. Look at how bright that is. It's like you can see this one from space. It's so bright. This one, Karen, is called Pearl. Very, very beautiful, like off-whitey. It's got a little bit of pinks in it, little bit of what looks like wants to be greenish grays. Very, very subtle, but very pretty. And then we have, what is this? Saffron. This is saffron, very yellow, very like a baby yellow. Then we have what's called Golden Grains. I really like this color. I mean, it's got a lot of like saturated greens, mauves, pinks. Really kind of cool antique color. This one is called Old Gold. Really pretty. Look at that shine. So pretty. And Creamsicle. Oh, it makes me think of summer. Every time I think of Creamsicle, I think of being by the pool, hearing the ice cream man come through the neighborhood. Mulberry. There's our nice, lovely purpley pinky. And Blueberry. Lovely blueberry. And then of course I have to show this again. This is because I don't even know if this was all the way in focus. Where am I? I'll figure this out. Snow. And look at how it's not soft. It's very prickly, but it's shiny. Yeah, this is gonna be so pretty. So that is, try and see if I can get everybody in view. I can't get everybody in view. Maybe if I scrunch them. There we go, kind of, sort of. There we go. Okay. Okay. But all right, yeah, no, there they are. So pretty. These are all the silks. Now, if anybody goes, now some of these it does require like 2 skeins of these, or it's like a little over, and so I went ahead and just got like an extra skein. But this was like saving up. It literally took me a year. It took me a year of saving up, and I caught a lot of good sales to be able to do that. Now, the DMC ring. Here we go. This is the ring of DMC. This is not the worst one. It's so much DMC. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure one pattern has like every single DMC known to man. But if we kind of fan it out, just go through just some really beautiful, these are obviously going to be like skin colors. And we have the browns, pinkies, more browns. Here we go, greens, lovely greens, some more browns. Let's see if I can get that. No, I can't get that any better. Okay, there we go. And then there we go. Some blues, really nice blues. And of course, gold DMC. It's Klimt. Klimt is all about the gold. More gold. And here we go, tans. These are obviously the flesh tones of the lady or the man, either one. Greens for the grass, those that plant life, that's below. And we get into some bright colors, some darker, some that drabby brown, some more greens. She has a good variety, so you know that the gradient is more than likely, I'm guessing, is not going to be harsh. It's probably going to be a nice, good, smooth, fluid blending gradient, which I appreciate as an artist. Black. Everybody's gonna have black. Some yellows, some more greens, some lovely mauvey purples, and then lighter purples. And that is it. That is everybody. The entire DMC ring. But it all fits on a ring, which is good. Where are we? I'll figure it out one day. There we go. So it all fits on a ring. And it's not too much of a ring, so that's nice. Now, the sparkly bits. Oh, don't we all love the sparkly bits? Okay. Treasure braid, number 1. PO1. We have 4 cards, people. So sparkly, so pretty. Treasure braid number 2. Number 3. Let's just go down all the golds. Silver. Number 4. 35. This is the background. And I believe this is background as well. 36. Really, really pretty. 37. Darker. So a lot of cards in there. 54. This was a kind of funky one. I've never seen this one before. And they don't have the name on the back of it. I think this one was like Vatican gold or something like that. It's not a silver. It's more of like it's in between silver and number 2 here. So like kind of like somewhere in between those two is kind of like the gradient of that. Opal, black opal. This really pretty rainbowy. I don't know where this is going to go, but I know it's going to be pretty. It's going to be magnificent. Okay, now we go into the Krynic. So for the Krynic, we have a cord. It is 105C, number 4 braid. It's like this dark gunmetal silver. And then we have, I forget what this one is called, 202HL. This really beautiful copper, lovely copper. I think this one is called Shamrock. Obviously, it's a really fun green. It's a very unique green. This one was difficult to find. This one is 5012. And more gold. 5028. 2 spools of these. This one was very difficult to find. This one I think is called Golden Blackberry. 5800. And that is not silver, my friends. That is a light gold mixed in with a blue. Like a darkish kind of navy. And then we have this one. This was fun. I had never heard of this one, but this is apparently like Japan braid. So it is Krynic 002J. 3 spools of these. But again, very shiny. And as it is different. It is a different gold. So a brighter gold. And we have, this is it. This is the all the shiny that goes into this one. So pretty, so cool. It's gonna be so blingy. Now we're going to get into the crystals. Well, we'll get into the beads, and then we will finish off with crystals. Sorry, that is my chair. Okay, so let's discuss beads. Beads, the best place I have found to get some of these beads, especially if it's just the small amounts, is Javel beads. It makes it much more affordable. So what I did is I got these little packs from Hobby Lobby, and because they come in these itty bitty little packages that I cannot even open those. So I use these little containers that are in like the jewelry section of Hobby Lobby, and I just kind of make them for my projects and use labels and whatnot. So I'm gonna flip it over. These are the beads. Absolutely stunningly beautiful beads. These are all the Delica beads that are called for. Not too many. So for those of you who were like, oh my goodness, this is gonna be too many beads, then wasn't as many Delica beads as I thought it was gonna be, as it could be. So, but we have some gunmetal ones here. These are more of like an amber kind of color. Some, I would say like a blueberry kind of a color here. Some magenta, kind of fuchsia reds here. Some very light like periwinkle blues here. And then we have our golds and our silver. So these are actually two different kind of golds. Well, I think one is like a gold, and the other one is like a silver lined crystal, something like that. So they are different. And then we have our silvers. But so excited, cannot wait to actually, let me do this, I'll set this. Oh no, that's where the glare is. Let's not do that. Okay. Next one. So now we're going to go into the bugles. Well, oh, actually, there are some that were too many to fit in there, so I put them in here. So we have more gold, a different kind of gold. Very pretty. So I had gotten one of these containers when Joann's was still alive. And then we have these. This is $4.33 for Delica. It's called galvanized champagne. This one can be a bit tricky to find right now. There are some people on Etsy who have it, but yeah, it is a bit tricky to find right now. It's very, very beautiful, like a peach gold. Very nice. Okay, now we're going to go into the bugles. Okay, so now we have a regular bugle. This is not as many as it's called for. This is just the pack that I could get that was actually the best bargain. So this is a gunmetal bugle. Let me put these in frame here. Okay. And then we have, now the rest of these are all twisteds. So we have twisteds, and this is called Antique Matte Transparent Chartreuse. What a mouthful. But it's really a neat color. There we go. That's the color. Very, very cool. That one's going to come out really cool. Nice contrast. That's the only matte bead. The other one is, next one is gold amethyst transparent, gold antique transparent amethyst. Let me see how I can get this one. This one's going to be difficult to see because it is a darker bead, but it's actually, it's got a bit of a purple. It's like a dark gold with some purple to it. It's actually really pretty. Yeah, that's not going to really show up very well. Let's see if I pour some out, if that will. So it's like a goldy purple. If I can actually get these to show up. Let's see. Because you want to do them justice. Like, that's a little better. There we go. That's a little better. But yeah, they're like this kind of, it's like a purplish gold, opalescent-y kind of bead. Very, very pretty. Oops, I'm making a mess. Oh my goodness, my fingers don't want to work today. Okay, there we go. Let's throw this one right here. Throw that like that. Okay. All right. Now we have this one. This one is a silver lined gold. You can pretty much, you can find these really pretty easy. This is actually 10 grams. It was really relatively cheap. It was actually cheaper for me to buy it as 10 grams than it would be for me to buy it as what's needed for this project. So I just bought it as 10 grams and it barely fits in this container. But very, very shiny gold. Very shiny gold, very bright gold. Okay, so the next one we have is the silver lined crystal twisted beads. Really pretty, really cool. Now the last bead, let me put this where, yeah, there we go. Last bead is not here. I'm waiting on this one to come in, and it's a substitute. We had to do a substitute. Now it's very, very close to what the original color is supposed to be. However, apparently Mayuki it's a Japanese company, and it is not manufacturing some beads right now. And the ones that are affected the most are all the plated beads. So anything that is like gold plated, silver plated, all that is on hold. They're not manufacturing it right now. And a lot of that has to do with because the price of gold is going up, it's fluctuating. And so whenever that kind of stabilizes, this is what they've told the bead manufacturers, that they will start remaking them, and then they will reprice them, and the price will probably be higher because they are the price of gold is going up. So this was supposed to be, what was this one supposed to be? I think it was 193. Yes, it was supposed to be 193, which is 24 karat gold light plated. That is not going to happen. So I've looked everywhere. I have looked everywhere, searched high and low. I have called places, bead shops have looked through their resources. I have found it in Japan. And the shops in Japan don't ship out of country, which apparently is a thing in Japan. So, yeah. So I talked with the designer, and the designer made a substitute, and the substitute is the 191 twisted. So it's just the 24 karat gold plated bead. Now, if you were to stick these two together side by side, they're very, very similar. This one's just a little bit darker. So I think it'll still look fine. So I have a little blank spot for that one. It will be coming in though. But this is everybody. This is the crew. Yeah. So very pretty. I cannot wait to get started on this one. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And I'm gonna bring all of y'all along with me, and it's going to be glorious. So now the last little bit that we have to go through are the crystals. Now what she recommends to do for crystals is to go through a company called My Crystal Idea, and to use a crystal that's called Primero. Primero is a Chinese version of Swarovski. Now, My Crystal Idea does sell Swarovski, so if you want to do the Swarovski, you can do the Swarovski, and they will help you do, they have the conversions right there. So if you click on the color and the type of bead, they'll have the Primero version, and they'll have the Swarovski version option if they have it available. So it's really super simple. So let's go through the pretties. So let's see, some of these, oh, okay, yeah. So I got 2 packs of, these are bicones, and it's called the Metallic Sunshine. Let's see, where is the camera? There we go. These are so pretty, and I really wish it wasn't so dark. You'd swear, according to this camera, that I'm like in a cave, but I'm not. Let's see if I can pull some out, and if we can get better lighting on some of these. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. So very pretty. So 2 packs of these. And they do have good shipping, which is nice. Let's see. Believe it or not, my light is actually on the brightest setting, and I have my upper light on, and I have light on from the window. I really don't understand it, but okay. Okay, the next one we have is called Light Siam. Sorry about that, that was an alarm. Light Siam. Trying to get them to where they can catch the light. These are like fire engine red in reality. Like so very bright red. Golly, my hand looks old. And they go everywhere. So this is why I don't like using bags. Wait. I got them all. Alright. If I change the color, it actually changes the color. So I have it on a different also color setting for the light. These are topaz. Yeah, that's a really pretty good representation. So pretty, so bright. Really? Oy. Now imagine the delicate beads in bags that are like that big. That's why I was like, no, we're not, we cannot possibly do this. This is not happening. Okay, the round gold. These are actually, you can see these really well through here. There you go. These are really pretty. And some more bicones. These are light topaz. There we go. So if we want to compare the two together, that's kind of what they're going to look like. Okay. Oh, and then these two are the same. We have Crystal AB2X. So it's just some really nice white, nice crystals. There we go. So this one is not as jewel heavy as some of her other patterns can be. Some of her other patterns can have a lot more crystals than this one does, but this is what we got. This is what we got for us. Let's do the little crystal tour. So very pretty. Okay. Anyways. So that's all you have. That's all we have, people. That is the entire kit. So we have the crystals, as I throw the beads around. We have beads, minus one bead that's coming. And put out all the nice, the fun stuff in here. Put all the fun crispy bits. Throw the cyan right there. And then we have the lovely, the merry band of silks. And then the snow. So that is what we got, people. And our fabric. And I'm not even going to try to bring the cry neck and all that up here. Well, I can try, but all the cry neck. Well, all the treasure braid. Treasure braid. And then the cry neck. So it very quickly becomes a pile, but a pile of happy goodness. So, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope that you guys will, everybody will join me on coming along in this stitch journey. I really don't think it's going to be that, have I ever done a project like this before? No, I don't think it's going to be scary though. I'm really super excited to do this, to get started. I think it's going to be one of the most beautiful pieces that I have ever seen. And I cannot wait to see more from this designer, to do more from this designer. So please, if you enjoyed what it is, how everything, I promise I will get things better set up for whenever I actually go to start stitching this guy. I hope that you will come along with me and maybe bring some stitching with you and just enjoy this designer with me. Enjoy the process with me. If it's not something that you want to stitch, if it's not your cup of tea, that's fine. You can throw it on and stitch whatever it is that you like to stitch anyways. So I just hope that you will do whatever it is that makes you happy. That's life is too short to not do things that don't make you happy or that bring something beautiful to this life. So And this is beautiful. Well, have a wonderful day, everybody, and God bless you.